Interviewing Wsly and Zomebody, the developers behind Roblox Death Run, and we're chatting with them about what went into that game and what the Netherlands is like. And right now we're going to take a look at one of their side projects, which is an early alpha version of a game called Crystal Cave Sledding. So you guys are getting sneak peeks at other games that the team's working on. Just do that. All right. Jumping here. So, oh man, everyone's already in here. They were just talking about it. There we go. So, what was the inspiration behind this?
A tech demo, I think. I was working on I like the idea of an endless runner, so I thought maybe I could make something like a generator to make a random cave with random angles and turns and such, and it turned out to be really cool. So together with Wsly, we make a game out of it, and it turned out to be quite fun. So yeah, that's where it came from.
Very cool. So the map is randomly built when you enter the server, right?
Yes.
Very cool. So every time you come to this game, this is going to be a different kind of sledding experience for you guys.
Yes.
Oh man, I forgot how awesome the music is. This Castle Crashers soundtrack is so good. The sense of speed on this is extremely impressive. A lot of like kind of sledding games, like you know you're going fast, but it doesn't quite feel like you actually are. Ah! I jumped off my thing.
There's also a meter on the side which shows how fast you're going in steps per second.
No, it's gone. It's gone. It's done for. I'm just gonna walk the rest of it. Reset. Is that a Shedletsky laugh?
It is.
There you go. Representing. All right, let's try this guy again. All right, who's all in here? Super Phineas, 18, hanging out. Get on a sled, race me, bro.
All right, here we go.
Oh, there's Wsly. All right, I'm gonna catch you. It's on, bro. I don't call people bro like ever except for on these streams, and then I call everybody bro. I swear. There we go. Oh, this is awesome with so many people in here.
Whoa.
Whoa. Oof. Oof. Hit that jump. Hit that. Nope. Ah. Oh, so stuck. Same place, too. Oh. All right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get past this part. No, that's not how things work. There we go. I know how to play Roblox. So Algae Lacey wants to know, are you guys aiming to win any Bloxy Awards? Which I just wanted to read because I wanted to plug that the Bloxy Awards are definitely happening this year, you guys. I don't know if you guys if you guys plan anything out like for that, but yeah, I feel like you guys are up for kind of things like best map and stuff. Something to keep in mind. Yeah,
we're hoping that will be definitely really cool.
You guys go. So the thing about the Bloxy Awards, you guys, is that it's partly voted on by you guys, so it's not so much them wanting to win it as much as they're hoping you guys want them to win it. So definitely oof. That was an epic spin, but it did not really do what I wanted to do. Nope, stuck again.
Yeah.
Hanging out, you can hang out in this pit with me. Yeah, very awesome. So what's like the dream for this? Like how much kind of like more would you want to put into it?
more obstacles and a longer cave, I think. The problem we ran into a while ago was that there was no... when you reach the minus 200 in the y-axis, you would die, but the new property in the workspace, I don't remember what it's called, but it allows you to set the barrier for when you're killed. So right now we can put it way lower and make the cave way bigger, so you have a bigger cave and more time to sled basically.
There's some first-person face sledding.
Also, in one of the earlier versions of this game, we had crystals that you could collect in the cave, and we're definitely adding those back so that you can collect currency, buy new sleds, buy cool effects, and soon probably particle effects as well.
Very cool. Yeah, I made that jump on my face.
Awesome.
And then back into the place where I always die. All right. Let's, are there any other games you guys are working on that you want to show off while we got you here?
I don't think so.
All right, let's jump back into Death Run with you guys. And hang out in there. The game that we're here to talk about. That was very cool. So that for you guys was Crystal Cave Sledding. It's an early access alpha being worked on by Wsly and Zomebody as one of their side projects in between their long sleepless nights of working on Death Run. Very cool. The Tix Laxidar. Sure, that sounds right. Wants to know what your inspiration for Death Run was. Is there like a game that's inspired by, or is it just like an idea that came to you?
So Death Run originally started as a game mode on Counter-Strike Source, which is another game. And it took off. Everyone loved it. Team Fortress had it. And back in 2010, I thought it would be cool to create a Roblox version out of it. And that's how it was born on Roblox as well.
Very cool. What's your guys' personal favorite traps in the game thus far?
No, there are a lot of cool traps right now. We added to the humanoids a few weeks back, which allows us to lock a certain state for players. And we use it to create new traps. And I think one of the traps, which is one of my favorites, which uses it, is in Training Course. It's the map with the fork on the bottom. And the first trap blows right in your face. And when you get hit by it, you'll blow away into the fog. And it uses the change state, so you kind of ragdoll into the fog, and it looks really cool.
For me, I'm really a fan of in the jungle map. I think it is the third one. You have this big empty towers in it, and you have to side. And the killer can activate it so that the entire cap floods. So you have to run your way, but make sure to step on a tower as soon as the water floods, and it's a really tricky one to get through.
Very cool. We're actually coming up to that right now. You guys are seeing that on camera. There it is. The whole area just got flooded. And then all these little boxes pop up that we can jump on and hopefully not get pushed off. So one of the things that is really cool about this is you'll notice if you guys are playing that, like in the training grounds, like with the wind, you get knocked over, but you can't immediately hit like backspace and jump back up again, like you can kind of in every other Roblox game. But it's cool. It actually like makes this an additional level of like challenge to these, like even if you know kind of like all the Roblox tricks, like you guys are working around that.
There's no way to get around it.
Yeah, I know, yeah. You get blown right off the edge. I'm getting cocky here. We're just gonna go. Oh, yes. All right, I'm doing amazing. I don't want to brag right now, but I'm pretty much the best in this current round.
I'm sure you are.
Just gonna, oh, no, never mind. Immediately died. All right. I like that you didn't even have confidence when I said it. You're like, yeah, sure. Sure, bro. All right, you got me. You got me. Good job. All right, but the rest of the team is carrying us. They're making it through pretty far. So was the jungle the first Death Run 2 map, or Death Run 3, Roblox Death Run?
Yes, it was.
Cool. And then the
Ice map.
Ice map was the second one?
Yes.
Very cool. Have you guys been like learning from each map as you go? Are they getting like progressively harder, would you say, or?
We don't really focus on difficulty. Well, we do, but it's not our first thing we think about. Basically, we just make a map and see if how many people reach the end. If too many people reach the end, we'll try to make a few traps harder, and vice versa. And we also kind of learned, well, I made maps, so I learned how to make better traps. Because in the first map, there's only one spot where you can use projectiles. It's the last trap with the bombs, which you have to throw in the void. And I wanted to make more of that. So in the second map, you have snowballs spread around the map, which you can use, and you can throw them in the water. And if you do so, a small bit of ice will appear for a few seconds, and you can use it to jump over the water.
Oh wow! Okay. It's a pro tip from the developer. We'll try to do that when we get to the ice map. That's awesome. So, do you guys play a lot of Roblox games yourselves? And like, what are your favorite games on Roblox?
Shall I go first?
Sure.
Sure.
All right. The game I spent the most time on, I think, is Mad Paintball, made by Lolaris. I'm totally not biased here, by the way.
Yeah, that's got some nice maps in there.
Yeah, really nice maps. I wonder who made them.
Yeah. For those of you who did not get that, somebody made those maps.
I made 2 of them. But I think the guns in the game feel really good. It has bullet drop and such, and it has this, if you hit someone, it has this nice ping that tells you that you did something correct, and it also has a lot of nice sound effects if you kill someone, so it feels really rewarding.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. It does have a really satisfying, like when you get that shot and the UI comes up, or the GUI comes up rather. It's those little things like that, but that can really like add so much more weight to the actions and stuff, and really make things a lot more exciting. Something to keep in mind if you guys are working on Roblox games yourself out there. The feedback, visual feedback for players is huge to making games kind of more exciting. Now I'm talking and jumping and did it. Yes. How about you, Wsly?
For me, I'm definitely still enjoying Super Bomb Survival. It's been my all-time favorite. Really.
Nice. All right.
Also, Tiny Tanks, which is still in development. It's a really nice one. And I've been playing a lot of Miners Haven and Bunny Island recently.
Nice. What life are you on in Miners Haven?
I think still the first one. It's just
Me too.
I don't really play that much. I don't get how people get to like live 15. Like, how do you even manage to do that?
I actually looked up. This is the first time. Miners Haven is the first time that I ever went and looked up like YouTube strategy videos for the game, because I was like, I got in there and some guy was on like his 10th life, and I was like, how did he do that? Like, it's taking me forever. And there's all these people who've like, they're using the teleporters and the upgraders, and they're like cycling all the ores through like multiple times and then spitting them back out. It
sounds super complicated.
Yeah, it is very complicated. People have these like really complex things and they're doing it, and like I think that's awesome because the game kind of looks really simple when you start, and like if you really want to be good at it, it's like really complex.
It's amazing how in depth it is and how far you can go.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a lot of people who are asking about what the daily gift in Death Run is going to be.
So currently there's one gift that you receive after you level up. It's not programmed yet, but don't worry, you will get the rewards after we program it. We'll just give everyone the rewards that you should have gotten already. That's going to be mainly coins and gems, so you'll probably get gems for leveling up as well.
Cool.
And a daily gift, we're not really sure yet. It might just be that you get random coins, and after a few days you get gems, and if you get a weak strike, you could, for example, get a random weapon or something like that.
Very cool. Are there plans to do things like promotional items?
Definitely, we're planning on Twitter codes and doing special events and such.
Very cool. There you guys go. That. There we go. Velibor's in the chat right now. Shout outs. He heard his name. His ears are burning. There. Very neat. All right, awesome. So one of the things I really like about your guys' games is that you have these really interactive lobbies. I'm hanging out in the water slides over here right now. But it's very cool. It's kind of one of those, it's a place where it's like, it's a super fun, like, chill hangout space, like, even after the game. And it's, like, cool to see people kind of, like, they all just, like, hang out in different places in it, and they like their spots. And I think that's really interesting. Like, a lot more work than just a basic room.
Yeah.
Again, one of those kind of things that people, that aren't necessary, but really, like, add to the experience for people.
So there are a lot of games that involve like waiting between rounds, and with Death Run especially, sometimes you have to wait up to 3 or 4 minutes. So fortunately, we have somebody who made an awesome lobby.
The lobby isn't really finished yet, though. If you look at the left, but it isn't really descriptive depending on what your camera angle is. But there's a spot in the lobby which is really empty, and we're still planning on putting interactive items there. So if you have IDs, you can tweet us with the IDs. And we also made a spectate for when you died, you can still see the map. And the spectate has also a new feature, which is a auto spectate. So if you can't choose between someone, you can put it on the auto spectate by just scrolling through the names, and it will randomly show you a trap where someone is, or it will show you a random runner or the killer.
Very cool. I actually really like the spectate mode, which is fantastic for now because I keep dying and we keep having to change it to spectate mode. But it's very cool. Awesomely. So you guys heard correctly. If you guys have suggestions and ideas for spaces for things to do to fill out this lobby, tweet them to Zomebody Roblox, right?
Yes.
All right, Zomebody Roblox at Roblox. Tweet your ideas for the lobby to him. That way he'll know. Very cool. Any plans to add like spleef back to it or anything?
Yes.
Yes.
We're also planning on maybe adding boat and a fishing rod to the lobby, so you can spend your time fishing in the sea.
Just hanging out on the pier with her. I think I scared her. She turned around, she's like, oh.
Also, one of the people on the team, Vedibor, is telling us to announce some features. So let's do it right now.
Let's announce some features.
So besides the gifts that we talked about like 5 minutes ago, we're also working on mystery crates. Those will kind of be like the mystery boxes that you can buy. You can unlock them, and we're not really sure what's coming out of them yet, which is the reason why they're not in the game yet.
Okay.
But those are planned, and you'll probably get like a nice weapon with a chance of getting a rare or exclusive weapon. So that's the idea for that. Also, we're planning tournaments, so that means that there will be a weekly event going on in the map. So it could be a certain weather, or all sorts of possibilities there. And there would be a leaderboard, and the top 550 people would get a cape, for example.
Wow. All right. So that was the next question. Maker of GTA was like, how do you get a cape? Now you guys know. One, you have to be me. I've got my cape.
Yeah. So Roblox admins get a special one.
Yeah.
You have one for
have a Twitch show and invite them onto it, and
There's also another way to get a cape right now. If you contribute to the game, which can be done by all sorts of things, but the most obvious one is making maps. Yes, yeah. Making maps. You will get a cape if your content is added to the game.
Very cool. There you guys go. So currently 2 ways. You can contribute to the game or hang out and wait for the weekly tournaments to start and compete in those and try to win one. Very cool.
Or you can apply to Roblox.
Yes, or you can work at Roblox and have an oof. Get up, get up. There you go. There was that thing I was telling you about, like, you do not get to whack. I've not gotten this far, so I don't know. I don't know where the traps are anymore. And I'm leading the way like an idiot. Like we're just going, strap in, everybody. We don't know what's happening. Seems bad. Aiden, why don't you go? There you go. Oh, martial artist showed up out of nowhere. Stabbed us. All right. Okay, Aiden's still going strong. Aiden will carry us to the end. Excellent. Now everybody wants to work at Roblox. Very cool. Be careful. Thank you, Twitch chat. A little late, but I appreciate the warning. Very good. This is my favorite part because everybody waits at the stairs here. They wait forever. You guys go. Is that big? For you guys who don't know, logs come rolling down these stairs, and someone's got to bite the bullet and go up there. It's gonna be there. You go. There's like an excellent like tenseness to this game. Like as you kind of like sneak out and come back and sneak out and come back and you test it. Stuff. And oh, Aiden! Wow, that was a brilliant move. He got far enough up so that the other people were confident that it wasn't gonna get triggered, and he booked it as soon as they went forward, and so came down. I find that like the craftiest people do the best in this game.
Also, one tip: if you're the killer, don't be afraid to let a few people pass, especially at the beginning of the map. If you let, for example, 2 people pass the first trap, other people will think that the killer is AFK, for example, and then a bigger group of people, of like 5 or 6, will run past the trap, and then you can trigger the trap to kill more people.
There you go. Another pro tip from the developers. There you go. Fedora Master B98 wants to know if you guys have plans to add in different game modes, specifically using, instead of running, if you could drive a car.
So we do have a few random ideas. One of those ideas has already been made. So we currently have like a map that is played with jet skis.
Wow,
which
really?
was originally made for Death 2 for the Summer Games event. We didn't make that, but we might try to incorporate that in Death 3 somehow. That will be neat, definitely.
A jet ski level. That'd be insane.
Yes, it would definitely.
Cool. You could just take Crystal Cave sledding and come right into Death Run.
Oh, that would be so cool.
It'd be very neat. Cool. So outside of Roblox, what are some of your guys' favorite games, and where do you draw like inspiration for your stuff?
Personally,
I'll go first.
Sure.
No, you
first.
go ahead. All right, I'll go first then. One of my favorite games at the moment is Splatoon. It's a game for the Wii U. It's a shooter, but it's really different from the current shooters out there because instead of shooting bullets, you're shooting with ink. And the idea is not to only eliminate your opponents, but also to ink the map and get a lot of points that way. And also has these platforming elements, and it has a lot of different but neat mechanics that I think really make the game shine.
Very cool. Yeah, Splatoon's a great game. Do we have Splatoon? Oh yeah, we have Splatoon fans in here. They're going crazy in the chat right now. Yay, Splatoon. Very neat. What about you, Wsly?
I think one thing that we both have in common is that we both love Nintendo games.
Okay.
So for me, if you just were to list the entire catalog of them, I would probably love half of them.
So we can just go through right now and be like Mario, Donkey Kong, Pokemon.
Yep.
I already forgot them. That's it.
A lot of them.
A lot of them. Any particular, like, which ones are you playing currently?
Currently Splatoon, and I just finished Super Mario 3D World like last week. So.
Okay, cool. Which one is that? Is that the one with the cats?
Yes.
Yes, that's such a good one.
It is.
I'm not biased. It's just straight up good. That's a good one. How do you feel about their kind of like stranger ones, things like Animal Crossing or like Chibi
I personally
Robo?
like Animal Crossing a lot.
Yeah, it's here. I'm trying to catch up to the pack. I've fallen way far behind. Or the hand. All right, so if you guys haven't seen yet, I think we're gonna get triggered in here. So here's these bombs that I have to get rid of before I explode.
But you made it all the way to there.
Yeah, I made it all the way to the bomb. I know, I'm getting better. You guys are watching me in real time figure out how to play this game. All right. And then one of the other guys managed to kill the killer. So we won. That's the first time that I got all the way through and survived the round.
Awesome.
On air. I can do it without the pressure of the camera and trying to interview two people at once. I swear. I promise I'm not so bad at video games. Just a little bit bad at video games. Well, the Swagster Plays wants to know, have you guys ever gotten stuck with an idea that you thought people might not like as you were building it?
Many times, I think, but not really together. I personally had a lot of concepts for ideas, and then after a few tech demos, I gave up on it. Mm-hmm. But I don't think we started a project together, which we then quit.
Well, sorry, keep going.
I think a word of advice for players is that if you have an idea that you want to test out, see what people's reactions on it are. Try to get a first playable demo out there as soon as possible. So just go into studio, create something that resembles your final idea, and take reactions. See how people react to it, and just see if it's worth developing.
Yeah, that's really good advice for you guys. For all of you out there who are wanting to be Roblox developers or developers just in the video game industry in general, the first thing that video game companies do is they make the most basic playable version of it. There's no art. It's stick figures and backgrounds. They make it because you just want to test to see if the gameplay elements you're trying to work on are any fun at all. So definitely don't get bogged down with the whole vision of it. Work small, and then that way you don't end up halfway through your project and realize that you've made a game that isn't fun.
Exactly.
So, how often do you guys think about adding elements and then kind of take them out later?
Well, there are a lot of random ideas that we have, and then we don't end up adding them because it was either too silly to add, or we just figured out that it wouldn't work at all.
Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, we're seeing some of that. There's a character who's got the snowballs, and you see right now on the screen they're having to take out that wall. She goes. Throwing snowballs at them, and then she can throw them in the water right there, and you see ice shows up. This is kind of one of these new features of the game. Oh, doesn't stay very long. Perhaps she was actually using the snowballs to get across the water. She got pretty far.
Yeah, that's a trick you can use, but it's also hard to reach the end with them.
Very cool. All right. So Sir Dapper wants to know the kind of reasoning behind having some of the traps be randomized versus having them be consistent. How the different portions of the bridge fall.
So in different two, I think somebody somehow left this pipe hole.
I think, yeah, did we lose somebody? Yeah. Oh, man. Sorry for that terrible joke, and we've lost him. I like his expression. I really just thought he was just deep in thought for the last minute. Yeah. He's just been hanging out here. We should see if we can get him back. Oh, we're kind of getting pretty close to the end. This might be our cue to actually wrap up the show, I think. Okay. We'll get him back on here though, so that we can revise.
I've totally forgot the question though.
Again, he's been thinking about it. He's gonna come back and be like, I have an answer now. But yeah, if you want to answer that last question while we're calling him back up.
If you could repeat the question, that would be
Sure,
great.
yeah. So the Sir Dapper wants to know the reasoning behind random traps versus consistent traps.
So, for example, if you go to the jungle map and take the first trap, the ground disappears underneath you and a bridge spawns. If that bridge were to spawn on the same position every time, there's no reason why the ground should even disappear, since you can just follow that path and you'll guarantee to get over it. And also, one thing that we found was in Death Run 2, we had a lot of traps that were too basic, so it was just like a brick that would disappear into the ground that you would drop in water. And really simple traps that didn't really pose any value. So we replaced them with the same trap, but a randomized system behind it, so that they would still add a lot of challenge to even skilled players.
Very cool. Yeah, we had talked about that before. There's kind of that like the hardcore Death Run 2 players. You can watch them play and see that they're like on muscle memory.
Yeah. So that's something that we're trying to like reduce with Death Run 3, just to keep it fun for everyone. Also, those hardcore players, I can imagine the game getting a bit boring if you just memorize the entire map. You could just bind your keys to an automatic thing to win the game. It's not fun when you reach that stage.
That would be kind of awesome to see people program and keybind a way to
would
win
be
the
fun.
game. Like, yeah. I'd be really impressed with that.
I would be too.
Okay, dang. That's Swinging Box. That one's killer. On the training
awesome,
grounds.
though. That's right.
Yeah, it's really cool. That's probably my favorite trap.
Yeah, it's mine as well from that map.
Excellent. Yeah, it's so good. It's good. All right. That's about time for us. And I think are we fully lost? All right.
We don't have anyone right now. It's just you.
Oh, it's just me now. Oh, okay. Cool. Can they hear him?
Well, they can't see him.
Oh, they can't see him. Okay, we're just hearing the disembodied voice of Wsly. That's fine.
Hi.
All right. I think we'll call it there. I want to thank Wsly and Zomebody for being on the show so much, for staying up late. It's nearly midnight there, and they're hanging out, and they were still working on Death Run when I called them up this morning and had me on the show. So thank you guys for taking a break from this and hanging out with us. Thank you to everyone who sent in questions over Twitter and in the chat rooms, and a huge thank you to a friend of the show, Inception Time, for curating them and sending them right here to my laptop. So I've got them all in there. Again, if you guys want to play this, Roblox Death Run is at the front of the front page on the games channel right now. The game we saw earlier in the show is Crystal Cave Sledding, which you can find on Wsly's profile as well. That is still a very early access game, but if you want a sneak peek of that, you can as well. Make sure you hit that follow button down on our Twitch channel so you can follow us. And if you're inclined, you can hit that. Wow, that was cool. That's a good noise. You can hit that subscribe button and become one of our Twitch subscribers, where you get to hang out in the chat room with us. And one of the best things about that is when you're a Twitch subscriber, we give away prizes every episode of our shows, both the Next Level and Creator Show. And so I've got this code for $25 worth of Roblox credit that we're going to give away to one of our random Twitch chat people who are spamming emojis in the chat right now. So let's see those emojis come in there, and we will just grab one of these names out of the list. And then that's how we're going to end the show. So again, thank you guys to be getting back, still not back. Huge thanks to Zomebody, who has bad luck with being on our Twitch streams, but we're glad we at least got him on for most of the episode this time. All right, so our winner for this week's episode is going to be, got my eyes closed, guys. Zender Yoshi. Congratulations, Zender Yoshi. You are this week's winner. We'll be sending you the code for that after the show. Thanks so much. Once again, guys, I'm Jack in the Blocks. You've been hanging out on the Creator Show. Tune in 2 weeks from now when we will have more guests and a new game, and tune in every Wednesday at 2 p.m. for the Next Level. We're going to peace out right here. Thank you for watching. Bye, guys.